Living in Germany has introduced me to so many new and incredible things that we simply don't have in the US. The first thing I noticed was the extensive public transportation system that keeps Munich on the move. As impressive as this system was, what I found truly remarkable was that for this entire network of trains, trams, and buses, there's not one single turnstile or entry gate. You simply walk on and it's assumed that everyone has a valid ticket. In the past 2 months, I've only been asked to show my ticket once. Yeah, I'm not so sure this would work in the States. Other things in Germany I found new and novel include an Autobahn network with its unregulated sections where there's no speed limit. Oh, and there's also very few open container laws here, meaning Germans can and do drink alcohol pretty much everywhere. I saw something else unique one morning while out for a run in the Olympia Park. I stopped by the Kleingartenverein to check out the small allotment gardens on the southeast corner of the park. This is where individuals who are lucky enough to have one of these allotment gardens can come and garden to their heart's content. Each garden is decorated and maintained by the owner to their own tastes, and in one such garden, I noticed this small box hanging from a tree. At first, I thought it kind of looked like a little birdhouse, although I'd never seen anything quite like it before. I wasn't really sure what it was, and I didn't really think too much more about it until later that week when I spotted another one of these boxes in a friend's garden. He explained that this was called an insect hotel, which provides an artificial habitat for insects to nest in, including little caverns that protect them from the elements while retaining enough heat from the sun to keep them warm. I was very impressed with this forward-thinking piece of German infrastructure to help our flying friends. I kept a lookout for other examples of insect infrastructure around Munich and found a few things that were a little bit more familiar to me, like this patch of wildflowers and grasses next to a modern office park, and this urban beehive situated next to a busy road. So I was thinking, is Germany just ahead of the curve on this bug-related infrastructure? Well, maybe, or perhaps it's born out of necessity. You see, where I'm from in upstate New York, I haven't seen any of these boxes. And that might be because we have so many large tracts of wild land that were once used for farming but were left fallow decades ago. This means Mother Nature has taken over and created a habitat that's natural for insects. Well, at least until they're torn down to make way for a new housing subdivision. In Germany, however, land is a lot more scarce, and I've noticed there's great care taken into how it's utilized. It seems like every parcel has a specific purpose. Fields are used to grow crops, or in Bavaria, hops, while forests are actively managed to produce timber as well as to provide trails for pedestrians and cyclists. Even the cities and towns in Germany are a comfortable medium density, which allows for a walkable community without too much suburban sprawl. This further increases the efficiency of land. However, one thing that's a little bit more rare in this picture are wild spaces for insects to live in. Even when I was hiking through the Alps, I didn't see any truly wild places that weren't also filled with cattle and ski lifts. This might explain a statistic I recently read that Germany has lost 75% of its insect population over the past 25 years. It also helps to explain the lack of bird life I've seen in Germany. There just seem to be way fewer birds here than I'm used to seeing back in the States. Even in urban environments in the US like Boston, it's not uncommon to see songbirds like cardinals, blue jays, sparrows, and chickadees, just to name a few. However, in Germany, I mostly see pigeons, ducks, swans, and the occasional songbird. The most wild thing I've seen in Munich so far are these little black squirrels, which, to be fair, are really cute. Obviously, this has only been my experience and my observations, and I'm not saying it's like this all over Bavaria, let alone Germany. However, if you're from here, let me know what you think of my observations. Either way, there might be a little bit of good news that this trend is shifting in favor of the insect. One recent estimate predicts 210,000 square kilometers of farmland in the EU, or roughly 11% of the farmable land, will be abandoned and left to go fallow in the next 20 years. This could be a huge win for biodiversity in the EU, and in turn, actually benefit our own food chain. What do you guys think? Is Germany doing enough to support its insect population? What changes have you seen in local wildlife in the past decade? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.